Hey team, it's me, Jeremy. It is 9 o'clock West Coast time, just doing a follow-up video, or not even a follow-up video, but kind of like an introduction video to the current code base. So let me go ahead and play the game. Let me go full screen if I can, so you could see what the game looks like. Let's maximize on play. Let's replay this. So the game right now is pretty bare bones. There's no gameplay mechanics, it's just purely physics testing and then also sprite loading. Right now the screen might be kind of jittery, even though it's running at 80 frames a second, and that's because of the recording software. But thus far what we have are ships that are loaded. The ships are animated. If hopefully you can see this, but the ships actually have a little blinking light, as well as they have turrets, and all of this is defined in configuration files and also simple Photoshop files that we could all edit. Now the ships also have the ability to shoot, so right now I'm just left clicking. Also, you'll notice that the ships are kind of doing random things, and that's because I told them to apply random thrust, just so and then I could test the little contrails. What's interesting right now is that we could push a ton of data on screen. So right now I'm generating almost, there we go, 1,000 bullets, but, oh yeah, and they're all converging on the mouse, but there's barely any performance hit. And of course, this is on a 2009 MacBook Pro, so maybe on a mobile device it's probably going to be a different effect. You also notice that these guys are they kind of look pretty shitty, but if we go ahead and relaunch it, they look very normal at normal speeds. So again, let me zoom out. And here we go. This is a good example of kind of like regular contrail effects. So anyways, what I also wanted to show off here is that configuration files kind of define a lot of the different properties. So here I have the destroyer configuration file open, and what I have selected are weapons 0 through 3. So let me zoom in here. So they're all Gatling gun types. They could all rotate, and they've got different other properties that are kind of important. What would be kind of interesting though is if I added maybe a couple of more weapons. So let me go ahead and do that. So let's call this weapon 4. And by the way, they could be named anything. It just has to start with the word weapon. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to give them completely arbitrary positions. So let's do this as 100, 120, 140, and 160. So here we just save the file, go back into Unity, relaunch the game. And if you go ahead and zoom in, you can now see those 4 new turrets, excuse me. They're off into space only because I put in arbitrary positioning values, but it kind of shows you how the system works. And they all operate just like normal. So I could go ahead and zoom in, and they're all shooting off their little bullets. Also, these little gray boxes that you see around are the current GUI. All of it is super simple, completely bare, just so and then we could get the basic code up and running. We also have the parallax background, which anyone and everyone should try to change because they look really terrible right now. The game does have a world limit. In fact, these bullets will actually disappear once they hit the world limit, and the camera can't go past the world limit. I'm trying to think of anything else. Just try to pull the code and let me know if you get into any sort of compiler issues, and we'll go from there. Have a good one, guys.